What up, guys? Kyle here, coming from the backbones of the Gnome Grill, where the processing and everything gets started at. Today, I want to take you into a cook that is so easy that I think a rookie honestly can't screw this up. I was a rookie once. I couldn't screw this up. Let me show you how to take a pork butt and turn it into pulled pork to impress your family, your friends, whoever wants to come to your house to eat. Let's get bucking, guys. Beautiful day on the front bones. Is it called the front bones when the inside is the back bones? I have no clue. We're in the front bones. We're out in the Gnome Grill here on a beautiful day. I'm going to show you how to get this pulled pork made so you can bring a very super simple meal to your family. Because I'm telling you guys, seriously, if I couldn't screw this up 20 years ago when I started bucking outside, you can't screw it up either. If you do, please let me know. Let me know what you did to get it screwed up, because honestly, I really don't know how you can screw this up. So the meat that you use to make this delicious pulled pork that I showed you is the Boston butt. Is the pork butt. But I'm telling you, it is not the butt of a pig. It comes from the shoulder. It's a huge chunk of meat that comes from the shoulder that has a lot of fat in it that will render down through the cook over several hours as you're doing it. And that's the thing is, guys, this is not a quick meal. This isn't something you just chuck on the grill, because, no, seriously, look how thick this is. You don't just chuck that on the grill, because if you did, one, it would burn. Two, it would not be nearly as tender. You need to do it low and slow. The average is about an hour and a half per pound. So if you have an 8-pound butt, like what this one is here, figure that you're going to spend at least 12 hours. Now, from history, that's the minimum. And we're going to talk about resting here shortly. But you're going to take that butt and take it off the package, and on the back side, there's what's known as the fat cap. It's a layer of fat. You can't miss it. It seriously looks like a white piece of fat. I keep it on. There's a lot of guys who will say, nope, you got to cut it down to 1/4 of an inch. The reason I keep it on is because I do a fat cap down. And the reason I do the fat cap down is I don't want my pork butt to burn. A lot of times I will do my cooks through the night, especially these bigger chunks of meat, that it is so forgiving because it puts a layer of protection on that meat. Do what you want, do your research. Some like it up, and there's some truth behind it, because that fat then goes down through the meat, which becomes super, super tender. But once you get that unpackaged, use whatever seasoning you want. I have my regular seasonings that I will use on top of it, Meat Church being one of them, just to have regular, normal pulled pork. But I've also done, guys, Mexican seasonings to do pulled pork for tacos, pulled pork for chilies. I mean, I've done pulled pork for a lot of different things. You do you. You find what you guys want. Look up your own recipes. Today am just going to show you a very basic layering of seasonings on what to do, and doing it that way. So once you guys do that, once you unwrap it, once you get your seasonings put on, you got to get your smoker up to 225 degrees. And I'm telling you, I'm fairly confident. I have never done it in the oven. I don't know why you couldn't do it in the oven. Your oven can go to 225, do 225. You're going to want to make sure you have a wire rack so it catches all that grease. But I think you could do it in the oven. But you're going to put that butt into the oven, into the smoker at 225 degrees until it hits an internal temp of 160 degrees. From there, what you do, I take a tin pan. It is super simple. It helps with cleanup. But you're going to put your pork butt inside that tin pan with a little juice. Now, I like to use chicken broth. You do what you want. If you want to use beef broth, it does bring a different flavor. Again, do you. If you want to try something like putting cherry Coke in it, if you want to put a couple beers in it, just a little bit of moisture. Cover that up with tinfoil, chuck that back into the oven or your smoker, and wait until it hits an internal temp of 200. We have talked about the resting phase, and I am telling you guys, it is so, so important with the resting phase, just due to the fact of it makes that meat so tender. The juices pull back in, and that goes for even doing burgers. That goes for doing chicken breast. The resting phase is huge. At least give your pork butt to rest for an hour, and it doesn't even have to be covered in coolers. Now, last week I did 3 or 4 butts. They got done way before I needed them. I rested them for maybe 4 hours. I think it was 4 or 5 hours. They were still so hot to the touch that I had to use protective gloves. I'm telling you guys, the rest is huge. Once the rest is done, pull it out and shred it and serve right away if you want it. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. So let's get this smoker fired up. Let's get the pork butt put in. And when it's done, I am going to show you the best, the most tender pulled pork that anybody has had on this side of the Mississippi, or this side of the Little Sioux, or the other side of the Missouri. We can just say on the south side of the lakes. Really, it's the most tender you'll ever have. So let's get her bucking. Super, super simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this cook here. I'm telling you, for the bang for the buck, this is the way to go to bring your family together, to bring your friends together, to be able to converse. And I can't stress enough, guys, on how much family meals mean to us, but really I hope can bring to your family as well. It's where the conversations start, where some conversations can come to an end. Not all conversations are good, but if you don't have those family meals at home like we do, you may not have the conversations. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this cook. If you liked it, make sure to like the video. If you would want to share it to your friends to pass along this stuff, that would be awesome too. But you know what I'm going to say next. The best way to make sure we're getting the message out there is by subscribing to this video. So we can make sure here at the Gnome Grill, we're getting what benefits our family to you guys. And that's cooking, that's family meals. Guys, take care, be safe, and we'll see you the next time we get bucking at the Gnome Grill. Take care, guys.